YouTube that runs around like singing emo songs at his wife.
I have not.
I will send them to you.
All right. Here we go. Let's see what happens. It's going to be a very interesting night. We have 7 players with us tonight.
7.
London?
Lucky number 11.
Of course.
Tim, who are you playing?
Mortimer Fleshsack.
Okay.
But you died!
That's what I thought.
There's no continuation in these games.
That is kind of a point.
Yeah.
JT? What's the name of your character? And since we've never seen your character before, what is his race and class?
Yeah, good evening. I am playing Harari. He is a bugbear druid.
Bugbear Druid, nice. Can you type his name into the chat so I know how to spell it?
It's his
Oh,
name.
it didn't update from my thing yet.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
That's always your excuse, like literally every time.
It's a good excuse.
Uh-huh.
Old
yes,
reliable.
Kim?
Did you say Kim or Tim? Oh, you said Tim already. Never mind.
Kim will be
leveling
playing
my character.
Mortimer's flesh sack as well.
Well, I'll be playing with it maybe.
wow.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I'm playing a forest gnome druid, and her name is. I can't even pronounce my own name.
Caligula.
Caligula. Caligula. There we go.
I hate it. Caligula.
That's what you get when you go to a random name generator. And you're just
Stop
like,
it.
oh, that one looks good.
You're not allowed.
No, it doesn't.
Stop it.
Would you type it in the chat?
Clickquagula.
It's her
Bless
name
you.
on Discord, Brian.
It hasn't updated for me yet.
That's 2.
Dude, just spell Clickquagula.
I'm
It's
telling
not
you,
that
just call her
hard,
Cloaca.
Jesus.
Cloaca is fine. It works.
Like, come on.
Paulenka.
Why is there yelling?
Caligula.
Stop.
Eric.
Hello.
Goodbye.
Eric? Hello?
Don't go Epstein.
Oh,
I'm playing Richland Buttstuffins today.
Yay.
Classic Richland. Richland. Whew, there's a lot of characters. Fucking, Richland. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Richland. Not Richand. Okay. Are you playing Ramiro?
I am. My other coca druid.
Irene is Ramiro. And Robin?
Lincoln Heronius, the mute bard. Woo.
Oh, we're so close.
Aubrey?
Playing T-Berry, who is an Aarakocra Ranger.
Ooh. I drew an Aarakocra once. It was a pain in the ass.
Very poorly photoshopped one.
I had somebody draw me a parrot Aarakocra, but just like the head.
I drew I drew one of those. It was a real pain.
Drew Ramiro at one point.
Brian said he was gonna draw me stuff, but then he just kind of never does because he hates me.
It's
you know what I
morning
mean?
on a Monday at the Dolby Inn. The people are checking out from the weekend. There's some people just coming in for lunch over at this dining area with all the
morning.
tables. And so Chef Rupert is busy serving people at the bar. Who all is at the Dolby Inn? And just so you know, JT, you are welcome to insert yourself forcefully into this story whenever you feel your time has come.
Because we don't
I'm-
shut up.
And
No,
yeah,
I'm a big fan of forceful insertion.
yeah, don't wait for anyone.
Hey.
Whoa.
Don't wait for a pause in the conversation. Just cut
As
someone
long
off.
as it's consensual.
Consent is important.
Silence.
Yeah, I had to get that in there real quick because it super is.
I'll be in the end.
What are you doing, Ramiro?
Lincoln is always in the inn.
Yeah.
I'm doing lunch in the morning, apparently.
It's morning-ish. It's coming up on noon.
Okay, that makes more sense. Brunch. So I'm eating food.
Ah, Lincoln. Another beautiful week.
He nods silently while sipping his warm milk.
Walks coming through the door is an extremely tall, very kind of awkward looking peregrine falcon Aarakocra. He has a yellow folded paper hat on, a purple scarf, a pocket watch around his neck, and a blanket on as a cape. He just goes, "Hello?"
What can I get for you, my fine feathered friend?
Have any marshmallows?
I do, but you just want the marshmallows? Usually I save them for the hot chocolate drinks, but here you go. He's gonna just slide a bag across the counter.
When he says hot chocolate, Lincoln's eyes get really big.
It's kind of mid to late fall right now, so the hot chocolate is kind of in season. So he says, "You want chocolate, don't you?"
He nods and sticks a pretty gem on the table.
It's a really pretty gem.
He nods again.
Rupert, I'll take one too.
All right, well, here you go. He's gonna go over to the cow udder tap and give it a squeeze, and then
Oh,
add some
I hate that.
chocolate to it.
Mm. Thanks, Brian.
It's the freshest milk you can get. So Kalik has actually been here, just over in the plotted plant. And at the sight of a Aarakocra, will step out from behind the plant and go, pretty bird. And then I'll go up to the bar.
Okay, hold on. What are you?
I meant to make a goblin, but I clicked the wrong thing, so I'm technically a forest gnome. But I don't go to the city much.
Okay.
That's so great.
There's not really a difference.
Right?
Excuse me?
What?
I don't know what you mean.
I'm sorry, I didn't even see where you came from. Did you want
There's
something?
Ah, yes. I will have some of that. What? Ooh, is that milk?
We do
Yes, please.
have milk.
But what are you? She says, her bright. Somehow
I
you didn't
hate
see
this
this,
so
but she has like
much.
bright green hair sticking out all over the place, and she's wearing kind of what Link would wear, just like a very a basic little tunic. But that's it. No shoes, just a little tunic to cover herself.
He plonks the glass down in front of you. Any chocolates for you?
I don't think I've had chocolate. What is that?
You've never had chocolate.
Not in milk.
Well,
I've had chocolate bar.
if you don't like it, I'll give you a refill. He squirts it in there and stirs it all up.
If you don't like it, I'll give you a refill.
Excellent.
Like to fucking badger this chocolate milk.
It's an acquired taste, and you will acquire it.
So did you just take it out of my hand?
Yeah.
Oh, goddamn Jinx said, oh my god.
But that, I'll just go with milk. He took it away from me.
He'll get you a new one.
Why did you take my milk? My chocolate milk.
It's
I
mine
guess.
now.
Oh, shit.
Okay, I guess. You do things weird here.
So, who is left? Who has not joined us yet?
I was just going to when you asked.
What's your entry like?
Oh. Oh.
Not that. The door to the Dolby swings open, and a very tall, lithe, bubblegum pink tiefling with bluebell curled hair kind of swept back walks in carrying an apothecary bag and kind of nods at whoever's running the front desk and goes up to his room. And behind him is a very tired-looking Doc Buttstuffins. And he kind of walks into the bar area and sits down and turns to Rupert and goes, Rupert,
Dr. Buttstuffins, you want your special, no?
maybe later. Right now, half-calf double foam double chocolate latte with a whiskey floater, please.
I love him.
You
Oh
look
my
like you
gosh.
could use it. Troublesome day.
Just a late.
He's gonna start making that for you.
It comes out with a flower on it.
Around this time, there's an elderly woman who is very short. She's like maybe 4'8" or 4'9", and she comes slowly pattering her way in around the corner. And actually, she goes up to the desk, and then the guy kind of directs her towards the dining area. So she appears in the big entryway, and she's holding her clutch purse up by her chest, and she says, "Excuse me, I was wondering if anyone could help me with something."
What do you need help with, ma'am?
Can I do an insight check?
Do any of you know anything about funerals?
I just burn the bodies.
I know a little bit about funerals.
Well, I'm looking for someone who will, kind of lead my son's service. It's this weekend.
Oh,
The funeral
Yep.
director said that he could provide me with somebody, but then that fell through, and so I'm a bit desperate right now. I'll pay well.
oh,
Yeah, I have animate dead, but I don't have revive. Damn.
Jeez, you're just gonna be like, no.
Funeral not needed.
I don't
Screw
care
it.
for you. Like that.
Ugh.
Oh, I'm real sorry about that. Yeah, I'll help you.
It's more than just someone to speak. I'm hoping to find somebody who knows about food and arrangements and things of that nature.
Rupert, woman needs food.
I know.
could
Need my coffee.
I could provide the food, but I'm afraid I can't be there to cater it. You'd have to find someone who would be a waiter and a waitress and the like.
Gumley!
Aw, poor Gumley.
Gumley, bring woman the food.
I understand if no one wants to do it. But if you're in need of some funding, I do have a lot of money I could pay for this. I want only the best for my son.
Your son is dead?
Well, his funeral is this weekend. It's scheduled on Saturday.
So you
we've got
scheduled
5 days to plan.
Yes, we'll have some time.
You scheduled a funeral that far out?
Well, I
That
want
seems
to make
weird.
sure that it's just right. Make sure
Lincoln looks mildly interested, but he hasn't said anything.
that I want to
Well,
make
he
sure. We have some relatives in some of the nearby towns. I wanted to make sure they had time to get there for the memorial service.
Um,
But your son is dead. Is your son dead already? I mean, I'm sorry.
How old will he
did you
be?
schedule that as well?
Did you schedule his death? I'm concerned.
If you would like to know about his interests so that you can plan the funeral just right, I could
Ma'am.
possibly schedule an interview
You're
for
not
you
answering my question, though.
tomorrow or the next day.
No.
Excuse me, ma'am, you're not answering the question. Your son is dead already? Correct?
Oh, good heavens, no, he's not dead.
Wait, what?
What?
Wait,
Why are you
what?
planning his funeral?
Well, he will be.
What? What?
Do you plan to kill him?
Well, he can't go to a funeral alive.
Oh my fucking god, you're going to kill him.
I'm
So
sorry.
will you not be attending the funeral?
Oh, yes,
Where is he?
I will be there. I have a speech prepared.
Well, you can't go to a funeral while alive.
Wait a second. Ma'am, if you can't go to a funeral while you're alive, then how are you going to this funeral?
We'll just have to murder her.
No.
No, wait,
It was
I
a tough
can wait
game.
on that.
Minute of suicide, my guess.
He...
Brian, can I do an insight check?
Okay.
I tried doing one earlier, but you ignored me.
I have 7 players to manage tonight.
Okay, and?
Manage is a strong word.
And Silent Brian.
13.
Anything you're looking for?
I guess what her true motive is, like, trying to think how to explain it.
Like, is she planning on killing her son?
Yeah. She's trying to kill her son. I want to know.
The best that you would surmise is that she's either kind of fucked up in the head, or maybe she's like got some sort of dementia, or maybe there's something wrong with her, or she's fucked up in the head.
So can we do a medicine check?
Yeah.
I don't know how much you'd gather without more information about her. She's literally just standing in this doorway right now, so maybe as this progresses and you ask her more questions.
Lincoln is mute, Brian.
Sucks to be
Ma'am.
you.
Ma'am. So, ma'am, your son's funeral is this. The funeral is this Saturday, but he's not dead.
And the whole time that she's answering your questions, she's got this beaming smile on her face like a cute old lady, and she goes, "No, I would like to spend as much time with as I can before the weekend, so he's not dead yet. So if you would like to interview him to see what he's interested in and maybe what he would like at his funeral, of course, you probably shouldn't tell him about the funeral itself. That would be a bit
Where
tacky.
can we find him?
Oh, he lives with me on Mulberry Avenue.
Can we visit him without you being there?
Of course, I understand. Yes, you can see him.
Okay. So that's my plan. I'm gonna go visit the son.
She's gonna walk over like tinka 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 because she's so short, and she just goes to a table and starts jotting down her address and then hands it to you.
Rupert, can I have my hot chocolate to go? It's cold out.
Yeah,
And at that time, about a 7-foot tall, big furry creature almost hits his head on as he enters, and he just says, Rupert, you'll need to change the hay in the stables. Sorry about that.
Oh, you there. You look like an undertaker.
I have undertaken tasks before. Is that what you mean?
That's perfect. And Rupert will say, I let the, what's his name? I'll let Gumley know.
Gumley!
Yes, I could use someone as tall as you. My son, you see, he's going to have his funeral this weekend.
Don't do it. She might murder you.
Very sorry for your
Son.
loss.
I need someone to dig a grave about as deep as you are tall.
You don't understand. The son's not dead yet.
This is very curious.
Yeah. We think she might be planning to kill him? We're not sure yet. She won't answer the question.
Is this normal human tradition?
No, I guess
No.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Oh, I
So
forgot
I'm
you're
gonna
a, so you are a oh, you said you're a bugbear, right?
Yes.
Some reason
I
I
almost
had
played my bugbear.
some reason I had a Furbolg in my head. Okay. He's a good boy.
He is, ma'am.
He is, man.
You see the future, then you know of his demise.
Or she wants to kill him.
Is he sick?
Nope, he's in good health. Listen, I have other errands to run. But I'll be around. You have my address if you need to reach me.
What does your son look like?
He's such a good boy with red hair and he doesn't eat enough. So he's very thin.
Did not catch his name. What is his name?
I call him Junior, but his real name is Theodore.
Theodore. Okay.
Alright, and okay, so okay.
And
We'll go find him.
my name is Molly Anna.
Pollyanna.
Yes, that's right.
Molly Anna.
Very pretty.
Let's go
Will
find
you
this
be
guy.
providing the shovel for the digging, or do I need to bring my own?
Oh, they have one over at the graveyard. I've seen it.
Okay.
Only one.
She's been frequenting the graveyard.
She may be planning the best plot for her son that she's gonna kill.
Still clutching her little coin purse, she walks out of the inn.
She
She's
seems nice old lady.
I think she's gonna kill her son.
I don't trust her like at all.
She was bigger than me.
Oh.
She might
Yeah.
she might have something wrong with her though.
Maybe.
Well, her son is going to die. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Rupert is saying pounding, or not Rupert. Richland is saying
Rupert, wow.
pounding his second half calf latte.
What are you doing that you need so much coffee, Mr. Rupert? Mr. fucking whatever the hell your name is.
And why?
You tried.
Why would you have 2 half calf instead of just 1 regular calf?
Butt stuffins.
It's the chocolate to coffee flavor that you really need to
I thought-
optimize.
I do
I
not
thought I was
understand.
gonna say butt stuff.
He's right. That's a good ratio. So, are you guys just gonna pop on over down to Mulberry Avenue?
Yes.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Barry is
Sure.
going to be sort of like looking the bugbear kind of like up and down as we go, like kind of like just giving him the side eye as we go.
Richland is looking T-Berry over as we go, like making little notes in his pocket notebook and doing like a rough sketch.
I help you.
I'm gonna fly ahead. I think.
Well, I can do that too. And he
Oh yeah.
T-Berry flies ahead, and I imagine he like accidentally knocks a couple people over as he takes off.
When, as Lincoln is following behind, he whistles and calls the bat dog to follow too.
Oh, you brought your bat dog.
Yes, I did. Biscuit is the cutest.
Aw, that
After
guy's
T-Berry-
adorable.
After T-Berry knocks over Richland, he goes, ooh, and starts like doing a sketch of T-Berry mid-flight in the snow.
Okay, so as T-Berry flies, his hat is under his chin, like with like a little string, and it definitely flies off his head and is just like resting at the back of his
Oh.
skull as he flies.
So, Mulberry Avenue is in a neighborhood kind of east of this Parliament building, and it is a fairly well-to-do neighborhood. It's kind of like, we're talking, maybe 2-story houses. And when you find the right address, the yard is as cute as the lady. It's all done up with a white picket fence and flowers, and the gardens are perfect and everything, and there's shutters. It's just a classic look. So yeah, it looks like you can just go right through the gate up to the door.
Sorry, Brian, which side of town is this on?
It's like right on the other side of this Parliament building.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks, JT, for actually answering the question.
Hey, I live to serve.
I'm gonna go up to the front door and knock.
Note to self, ban JT.
Well, it's been a great only day in the server, everyone.
JT to DM our Dolbys.
Oh no.
So Ramiro, you knock, and it takes a while for to get a response, but eventually the door cracks open, and you see the face of this red-headed boy with freckles, and he's probably mid-20s, and he pokes his head out and says, "Hello, can I help you?"
Hi, your mother.
You're gonna die.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's one way to put it. Can we talk to you alone?
Who are you?
We're
Your
concerned
mother sent
citizens.
us.
Concerned citizens that your mother might be trying to kill you.
Hello, Theodore. We are from the Torrington newspaper and want to interview you and know all about you and your interests and maybe a favorite nice suit you would like to wear if a fancy occasion. These friends are all so funny.
Hold on. What? Give me a moment. And he shuts the door on you. And you hear footsteps that kind of they fade
My
away
God.
inside.
He's gonna go tell the murder lady about us. She's gonna kill us. Oh my god. She's gonna kill us. Guys.
What do we do?
We can just go inside. Let's go. I open the door.
Okay. It's nice wood flooring. There's flowers and plants throughout the house, and there are a lot of paintings, and you can smell maybe like a fire
What the
pot,
rock is cooking?
a fire pot of something cooking for dinner later tonight.
Are they cut flowers or are they like live plants?
A little of both.
She's a murderer. Look at these. And I'm going to pick up the next vase that has cut flowers in it. She cut them off.
Looking back, we probably should have straightened out our stories before we got here.
Yeah, you think?
I actually do. Quite frequently.
I think it went pretty well.
He ran away from us. How did that mean it went well?
He was excited and ran off.
He was getting that blood pumping for what little time he has left.
Wait, Theodore? T-Berry's just like walking around. Just yelling, Theodore?
In just a few,
Theodore.
maybe 30, 40 seconds later, you hear the footsteps coming down the stairs, and he appears with this, like, he's wearing this penguin robe.
Fuck you.
And he says, so you guys are here about the funeral this weekend?
Yes.
Yes, it's yours.
Okay, I haven't had a lot of time to think about it, but I can give you some ideas about what I want.
So
Huh?
you're okay with dying this weekend?
I'm confused. I can't be alive at a funeral.
Oh my God,
It's a
Question
very
one.
good
have it.
point.
Question one. Why do you want a funeral?
Oh, it's not so much what I want. It's my mom. She just hates the thought of her dying before me and me having to deal with her remains. So we're just gonna kind of call mine early.
You know what we
I've
could
lived
do?
a full life.
What we could do is plan this funeral for you, and then if she had an accident, we could just use it for her real quick, and then she wouldn't have to worry about what you will do with her remains. It'll all be taken care of.
But then I would have to deal with her remains.
No. Because
would-
we
we
already
would.
have that funeral set up.
Yeah. Or
Oh, that sounds really cool. Like, man, if only she could have an accident like that, then I could just keep living.
Do you want this? To keep living?
That would be so rad, man, but
Lincoln just looks so confused.
You know, Theo, can I call you Theo? Perfect. I know several people who are quite experienced at accidents.
One of
Perhaps
them,
they
once I
might-
ripped out half my feathers. It was an accident.
See? Even more people added to the list of accident prone.
I just had an accident in the stable.
More and more people, Theo. I'm sure your mother will have an accident sooner rather than later. So, I vote we plan this funeral for you, but secretly, really, for your mother.
That doesn't sound like an accident.
No, it will be.
Sorry.
You guys are really good at this.
Yeah, right. It's not like it's.
I didn't
Think
know
of it
that.
this way.
What
Her
you're wearing is
entire
making me
life-
really uncomfortable.
Take it off with the clothes. Come on now. Master Bird has good points. Take your clothes off, otherwise it won't be an accident.
Whoa.
Come on.
No,
Hang on. If you're gonna tell him that, take some
I
dinner
do not
first.
understand why
man,
this is.
what was his name? What was? No, what was your robe's name?
The
And T-Bear just like
Here.
walks over and like lifts up the hood.
Oh,
What was his name?
this isn't a real penguin. It's just a decoration.
That's what they all say.
I didn't mean to offend you, Mr. Bird.
My name is T-Berry, and you will address me as such.
T-Berry, right on. Hey, listen, I was right in the middle of something, but yeah, if you can make this whole thing, happen like you said, that would be so cool. But first, I'd like to make sure that, I'm gonna get the house and stuff, because we haven't really talked about that since it's my funeral this weekend. I'd hate to get kicked out.
Lincoln pulls out like a little card that says the Dolby Inn and hands it to him.
What's this? Oh, I know this place. This is like by the river, right?
Yeah.
He nods.
Richland will take out a card to the Stitched Witch and also hand him that.
Whoa, that is a lot of information all at once, man.
Harari will get a scrap of paper out from his pack and just draw a mountain and hand it to him and just nod. Mountain.
Cool.
I'm gonna
I
give
like
him
this
a
game.
mushroom.
T-Berry, T-Berry, like, takes a piece of his scarf off, like, just rips it off with his beak and then just gently drapes it over his hand.
Those are a lot of gifts for someone who's not even gonna die this weekend. So, do I gotta do this thing with, me getting the house, or is this something you guys take care of?
This is,
I think that's something you have to take care of.
Right on, I get it. Alright. Yeah, I'll do that.
Well, wait, what do you guys think? Do you think there's some suspicion?
I'm sorry, what? I just missed everything you just said. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
kind of in and out.
Oh, sorry. Should we have him take care of it, or should we take care of it?
We should. I think he needs to take care of the legal stuff, doesn't he? Like inheritance and all that.
Ugh.
Well, we could talk to his mother, at least. See how her affairs are in order, since we're taking care of her son's funeral, and I shoot a couple winks at everyone, and perhaps we should also ask about her plans for her estate and what.
Oh, right on. So, like, after I die, then she dies and I inherit the property.
Yeah.
That's right. And I
Cool.
pat him on the head.
He's gonna start making his way back up the stairs.
Wait, what?
It was
Well,
nice
you-
to meet you, Theodore.
While you've all been talking, Kalik, not being at all interested in any of the whatever you've just been discussing, has wandered around and gone upstairs.
Oh no.
What do I
Oh,
find?
yes.
Uh,
Dead husband.
I'm wondering.
Yeah, so you go upstairs and you find a room. There's one room that looks, it's got like instead of a race car bed, it's like a race buggy bed.
Very good. Okay.
And then the next room over there's three other empty rooms up here, and then the fifth room, wait, well, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the fifth room is done up like the living room. It's all flowers and plants and paintings and stuff like that, and it looks very elderly. And it has a mantelpiece above the bed with like 5 urns on it.
All the mms.
5 urns.
Now you gotta ask him if he has siblings.
Or had
Had.
Amount
siblings.
of urns.
Had them.
There's 5 urns, there's 5 bedrooms. 3 of them are currently empty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Debating. I don't is there any particular plants in there that are of that I would be interested in? Like being a druid, is there something out of the norm, or is it all just like peonies and that kind of stuff?
It's a lot of like lavender and tulips. And...
Name more flowers, Brian. Come on.
Those are literally the only 2 flowers I know. Roses,
Come on, Ryan.
hollyhocks.
Pansy, pansy.
All right. Okay, so I will just go back downstairs then.
What's
I
your friend up
guess.
there?
Oh, hey, sorry, didn't mean to run into you there. So they've got it all worked out downstairs.
Your mother's a murderer.
Whoa.
Cool.
Oh, not necessarily.
Hold on.
Look at all these plants. They've been cut off. They're not growing anymore. This is
Oh,
terrible.
that's what you mean. Okay. I mean, yeah, it is kind of sad to see him like this.
So
They're
what?
meant to be grown and stay in the ground, or at
What-
least in dirt.
So what is your guys' plan for the week?
Step 1, talk to Madam Old Lady about her plans after she dies.
Okay.
Step 2, talk with accident-prone people to see if they can arrange accidents.
Step 3, profit.
Step 3,
Question mark.
Question
Then
mark.
step 4 is profit.
Step 4, profit.
So I think that she approaches you guys the next day in the Dolby Inn, and she again at lunchtime, and she goes, Were you all able to meet my sweet boy, Julia?
Yes.
Ma'am.
He's such a good boy.
He is a very good boy.
I hope that you have all you need for the arrangements this weekend.
We have some questions for you actually. What
Yes.
are your plans in the event of an untimely demise?
Like with your estate and all that.
You mean when I die?
Yes, we figured
Yes.
with taking care of your son's funeral arrangements, it would be prudent to offer you sort of a 2-for-1. And I shoot another wink at everyone. With your estates and whatnot. Might as well prepare for the untimely death and any sort of podcast you want to set up.
I see what you did there.
Oh, I'm going to die in Grandma's old rocker in the corner of the house at 3:15 on the 24th of next June, 'cause that's when she died, in the same place.
Oh man, I don't
Oh.
like this at all.
Ma'am, if I mean, in the event of an untimely demise, say that you don't get to plan everything to the letter.
Yeah.
How would you want to?
Oh, I
How
understand.
would you?
You mean that if I were to accidentally get run over by a carriage and my intestines were
Yes.
strewn across the street
Yes, exactly.
Sure.
Anything else
Yeah.
that might
and
happen?
eaten by the birds. That's how.
Exactly.
Yes.
No.
No, wait, no. No.
I start like pointing at T-Berry and I'm like,
No.
Wait, we're not doing that?
I don't eat old women.
Or if it could be anything. Perhaps I fell off the dock and showed up 3 days later with my skin all pale and bloated on the shore, and some little child found me and was mortified for life.
You've
Ma'am.
really thought about this.
Lincoln
haven't
looks visibly like distressed.
there have been lots of troubles at the dock, sire.
Yes, children do not like to find bloated old women.
Have you ever found a bloated old woman?
you? Not yet.
Oh, but I got my feathers taken by a creepy old man once.
Not since my ex-wife. Cha-cha-cha.
She's gonna reach up and like feel your bicep, Harari, and be like, "You're probably so good at digging."
Oh, this is so creepy.
I have dug many times. More than 6 times have I dug.
Do you think you
It is
could?
record among my people.
Hurry, don't encourage her. Come on.
Please.
Please
You-
no.
Do you think you could lift me out of a river if I was bloated?
Yes,
Sorry.
yes. Although I am a medium-sized creature, can have the carry weight of a creature one size larger.
You're very tall. I'll bet you could carry 2 of
Ferrari.
So specific.
Hurry. Oh, stop it.
Richland is taking notes on everything Harari's saying.
I
Like,
would be
oh.
honored to lift your bloated corpse.
I love
No,
I
hurry.
love the way you cite rules right out of the D&D book.
I think SRD stands for Soothing Rules Document.
So,
Lincoln is like scribbling in a little piece of paper, and he holds it up, and it just says, "I think this is how she killed her other children."
Ramiro is
And he
gonna-
looks like visibly upset.
Ramiro's also going to scribble, I think so too.
Just
And
don't
Harari
think-
is going to draw a picture of a mountain. Say, I too draw.
holy shit.
Oh my god.
So what were the
Um,
questions you had for me?
You never answered our question about what's going to happen to your estate when you die.
Oh, well, seeing as I won't have anyone to inherit it, I suppose it will just be taken by the bank.
How can another building take a different building? That doesn't make any sense.
It's very complicated.
I don't
know
know,
what?
I have to
dear.
explain.
Madam, would you mind if I took possession of it after your death?
Who are you?
I'm the owner of the Stitched Witch, of course. I've been thinking of opening up
Oh,
an
I don't.
Eastern branch.
I don't much like witches. But how about you? And she reaches up and feels your bicep again. Maybe you would like a house.
That is generous, but I like outside.
It's got tall doorways.
I start nodding at him from behind my back, like, yes, take me over.
I will consider this.
Oh my god.
And he turns
No.
and give
take
you the
the offer.
biggest ring.
Are you married?
No.
Oh
Nope, you're
do
gonna
it.
die now.
I don't know how such a tall fellow like you has gone on single for so long.
Most of my friends
Mm.
I love mountain.
I do believe that Rupert could marry you two right now.
Do not encourage this.
no, Rory. I
Then
don't
you
think.
could have another child who could take over your estate after you die.
I am expecting to be very fertile.
Okay, now I'm getting grossed
Ew.
out. Any other questions for me?
No, we're good.
Why do you murder your plants?
I'm sorry, dear.
No.
Murder.
answer?
I'm curious, why do you murder your plants? They're supposed to be in the ground.
The Oh, you went to my house, of course.
We talked to your son.
I
Yeah.
love my flowers. They make my house so beautiful and smell just the way they did with Grandma.
Okay, but did you have to cut off their stems?
And anyway, I need the flowers to cover the smell of the bodies.
I'm sorry,
Excuse me.
what? Hang on. Excuse you?
A word?
Ma'am?
Yes, bodies can smell very bad.
Rory, I think it goes a
Rory,
little bit
stop.
deeper than that.
Oh,
Grandma and Aunt Philly and Uncle Jameson.
If I can ask, ma'am, why do you have their bodies stored in your house?
Yeah, I'm curious too.
Well, they hadn't invented the art of cremation back then, so we just had to put them in the floorboards.
Ew.
Is there like a big black Aarakocra somewhere, like screeching "Nevermore" and like?
Oh, that's Ramiro's cousin you're talking about?
They would make better fertilizer for your flowers that you keep murdering.
I
What are
have
you talking?
I have to run soon. Did you have anything else for me?
One last thing, ma'am. Right across the street, I was wondering if you might escort me over there. There's a lovely little statue. I was thinking of holding perhaps a small service for your son there. Would you mind following me over there?
Mortimer is pulling up at breakneck speed in a carriage.
Of course he is.
Go ahead and continue, Eric.
Should only be a few minutes. I want to get the lighting right, and I was thinking, if we could do it in front of that statue. Please, come along.
Uncle Ramiro had his portrait painted there. That would be so lovely.
That's really what my character's doing for Ramiro. Oh no.
I do that like really wide-eyed look, like at Ramiro, and go like turn back really slowly. Just,
I'll stay here and you go.
yes, all right. Just
When you
for a few
escort
minutes,
when you escort her out the Dolby Inn doorway, she walks so slow. But yeah, you guys get outside. Do they see the carriage right out the front door?
Oh, it's like Mortimer cannot stop it. Like he's not going to be able to stop at the Dolby Inn. Like he's trying to gain control of these horses, and they're just continuing on at breakneck speed. And there is this old lady who cannot move very fast at all in the middle of the road.
Why don't you roll an animal handling as you come barreling towards her?
I was gonna say, I
Okay.
do a hold person.
I'll roll a
to
perception.
hold her in place.
The range is 60 feet.
10 perception.
Okay. So, Brian, I got a 16. Now, I want to run her over.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, your 16 beats her perception, and she's definitely not going to have a dex save. So I think that your horses come barreling down this road, and why don't you describe this accident to us?
Okay, so Mortimer is like trying to like get control of the reins, and he's yanking and yelling "whoa" at his horses, but they're just foaming and frothing at the mouth, just sweating and lathered. And they collide with this old woman, and you just see limbs and a walker and a cane and just parts and pieces and blood. And Mortimer then just pulls on the reins and to a full stop, and he jumps up on top of the carriage and then jumps off and looks at Richland and says, "Well, hello, Richland. It is so good to see you. How are you this eve?"
Can I assume that you and the horses have an Evil Dead amount of blood splatter all over you?
Oh, absolutely. And Mortimer is acting as though there is nothing going on.
Harari will look outside and he'll cast Conjure Animals so he can summon birds to eat her entrails. It is just as she wanted.
Hello, Mortimer. Why, you are one of the most accident-prone people I was thinking of earlier. Actually, hold on. And I start kind of digging through my pack, and a strange bardic fellow had given this to give to you if you ever saw him, or if I ever saw you again. He said he loved your play that you put on. And I give him the magic missile cod piece.
Holy shit, that's a deep cut.
Dude, Mortimer's gonna strap that shit on immediately. And he's gonna try it out, and he's gonna just pelvic thrust a magic missile into
Lincoln
a
is
nearby
gonna pelvic
tree.
thrust also.
It drives me insane.
Let's do the time walk again. Lincoln jumps to the left.
Mortimer takes a step to the right.
Mary puts his hands on her hips.
T-Berry brings his knees in tight.
We do the pelvic thrust.
Richland doesn't know this dance, so he's just sitting there clapping along.
Really drives us insane.
Let's do that dance again.
Here we go.
Here we go again.
So,
Mortimer is going to kind of look around, and he's going to notice the corpse under his horse and go, "Oh my heavens! This truly is quite the quandary. I suppose I should say some words or something, so, well, here goes. Close your eyes, make a wish, and blow out the candlelight. For tonight is just your night, and we're gonna celebrate all through the night. Pour the wine, light the fire.
boy, this took a twist.
Girl, your wish is my command. I will submit to your demands. I will do anything. Girl, you need only ask. I'll make love to you like you want me to."
Mortimer,
Barry walks over.
Before she died.
It's a tribute.
Oh, carry on.
And Mortimer will carry on singing the rest of the song.
So what's the next step that you guys are going to take now? That she's dead.
Well, the birds are eating her, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
It's true.
Barry
Yeah.
is watching the birds eat her and just sobbing and like rushing to a corner he can find. He's going like, "No, we're better than this."
She deserved it. She murdered Flowers. And
But
probably
no.
other children.
Yeah,
Well, we should probably head back to wherever this old bird lived and rob the shit. I mean, inform the next of kin.
T-Berry walks over and starts trying to shoo the birds away from the corpse.
Now, giant bird creature, you should also take a nibble. It's only natural.
Excuse you, as an insult to our kind.
Have a kind?
It is not an insult to feast upon the most delectable meat that has ever. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
T-Berry's still like coming off of a full-blown panic attack. Like, this is just like.
Yeah, Lincoln's probably not happy either. He's just like appalled and disgusted at everything.
Yes, this was not my plan. I had a pretty devious one.
What was your plan? Anything
Well-
would have been better than this.
So she had said next year in June or something. In the afternoon, she was going to die in this rocking chair. I figure we just take the chair.
I was planning on strapping her with bricks and throwing her in the river, but this was much easier.
She can't die in the chair if it is gone.
We can put her
Well,
in
everyone in the carriage, let's go and find this chair. I do believe it's an important piece of the puzzle.
No, it's not. We didn't really take care of the whole estate thing either.
I'll make love to you,
Oh
like
my
you
God.
want me to,
Mm.
and I'll hold you tight.
Yes.
T-Berry walks over and very gently puts his wings on Mortimer's face.
Is he going to be singing the whole time?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm flying there. I'm not getting my carriage.
Wait, I can do that too.
Flying buddies.
Flies after you.
Mortimer,
So wait.
she did seem to want to make love. This song does her honor.
Oh,
You, sir, are a gentleman and a scholar.
So with the way that Mortimer drives, I think that you can get there, within 5 minutes, the way the crow flies, the way the T-Berry flies. And the house is just as you left it.
deal I'm
Okay,
not, or-
so before we walk up there, Mortimer is going to look at Harari and he's going to say, Harari, I have something for you. And he's going to pull this small, sort of calcified rock and he's going to place it in his hand and he's going to say, this is one of my kidney stones. And I want you to have this.
What?
Your gift speaks to me. Thank you, friend.
You're welcome, friend. Now let's go complete this mission.
Aw. Friendship.
Jesus, what the
Is
fuck
it
is happening?
magic?
A magic kidney stone?
No, the friendship.
Oh,
I can make it
I mean,
magic.
aren't all friendships magic?
It's a magic healing rock.
I literally have the spell Magic Stone.
Heyo.
Me too.
Noise.
What do you guys do at this house?
I'm not gonna
Die.
Before we go in, who's gonna break the news to the kid?
Ferrari.
Oh, I've got this. I'm very
No,
good at breaking
Robert,
bad
no.
news.
Oh,
No.
please.
What do you mean?
No.
I
Please.
was hoping Harari was just carrying the body.
There is no body.
Mortimer, why don't
It
you
was
go
eaten.
watch the carriage?
I think that there's a couple of pieces that are still stuck on the carriage that we could go and grab.
Mortimer, why don't you
Mortimer will go and grab those pieces and
Okay,
he'll bring them up to the
Mortimer,
door.
why don't you go take the pieces off?
Okay, hold on. Let me roll a D100 real quick.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh.
Okay. Yep. All right. Okay. You've got one middle finger and a piece of her earlobe.
Okay,
Dang.
so
fuck did you
the
roll for
instant
Yeah.
So the instant that that kid comes to the door, Mortimer is going to throw the finger and earlobe in his face, and he's going to say, "You owe me big for the damages to my vehicle. If ever I've seen such a blatant disregard for the crosswalks in this city, oh my goodness, I could take everything you own, sir."
Mortimer.
Mortimer,
Whoa.
shh, it's okay. Calm down.
Who are you?
Calm down.
What is this?
That is your mother who damaged my carriage grievously.
And these 8 birds feasted on her entrails.
But we didn't.
We did not.
This is-
No.
My mom's finger?
Yeah, once the birds take their morning constitutionals, more of your mother will appear.
Oh my god.
Wait, what? This wasn't part of the agreement?
Well,
It was a
an
terrible
accident.
accident.
It was actually terrible.
The whole thing was that I wasn't supposed to have to deal with this.
Well, the thing is that there's damage to my front axle, back axle. My horses have PTSD and are going to need extensive therapy. There's going to be a cleaning bill for the front seat and the upholstery. You see, there is a lot of things that go into cleaning your mother out of my carriage.
No, man, dude.
But most importantly, we need her chair.
What?
Well, yes,
Also-
that too.
What chair?
Also, I'm sorry for your loss.
Yes, that too. My
yeah.
sincerest condolences to you and yours.
Lincoln is gonna go fix and clean the carriage with mending and prestidigitation.
I'm gonna help with the mending.
Very, very
Hey,
gently.
whoa! What in the bloody hell are you doing?
We're fixing your carriage.
Mortimer.
Stop that shit!
No.
Unacceptable!
Not too bad. That's what we're doing.
Well, too bad.
Damn it! Well, there still will be a cleaning bill, and my horses still need therapy, and they can't do that with magic.
I'm
Yeah, I
clean-
do-
I'm
Oh,
cleaning
question.
it too.
Did she have her little coin purse on her?
Yes,
So would we have found that in the midst of the carnage?
most likely. Unless it was.
Hey,
So
Brian,
I'm going to
Here,
pull out
Kim,
the.
Kim, why don't you do a high or low?
Oh, hi.
Brian, can I do animal handling to soothe the horses?
Harari actually already did that.
Oh, okay.
He did a mediocre job.
That is true.
They are
Thanks, Eric.
mediocrely
Good
soothed.
Oh, that is
What-
true.
Which did you say, Kim?
I said hi.
You were not able to locate the coin purse.
Well, it just so happens I have a little level 2 spell prepared called Locate Object. I bet I could find that coin purse.
Hat.
Got him!
Hat.
Yeah, if you want to expend that, I'll let you have it.
Can I
Oh,
try a better
very
job
much.
at animal handling?
You're gonna help him with his animal handling?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Don't sound too disappointed, Brian.
17?
Oh, that's much better. Yeah, he's the horse. He's able to calm one down, but the other one is still kind of like clearly upset, and so you're able to kind of finish the job.
Okay.
What about the long-lasting emotional scarring that my horses must deal with? Do you understand that Rocinante and Robert are definitely not going to ever be the same after this?
I'm going to go talk to the horses and ask them how they feel.
I'm gonna
I have
cast
speak with
calm
creatures.
emotions near fucking Mortimer.
Oh my god, I was gonna do entangle on his goddamn mouth.
This kid is just like bending his mom's finger at the knuckle like you play with a chicken foot, and he's like, "So what do we do now? I thought that you guys said I wouldn't have to deal with any of this stuff."
Well, you pay for my carriage and my horse
You
therapy
don't have to pay.
and
It's
my.
fine.
Mostly, your mother said that she wished to be buried in a rocking chair.
Oh,
That
yes.
your aunt died in, or something like that. So if you have a rocking chair, we need that to bury her, and if not, we'll go find a random one, and it's probably the same.
Oh, you mean Grandma Ramiro's rocking chair?
God.
I
How
stare
many
back at
Ramiros are there in
Ramiro.
this?
No. No.
God.
God, don't. That's
Yeah,
not me. I'm not dead.
It's over there
I
in the
think
Not
she
dead.
just wanted to die in the chair, not be buried in the chair. But
Well, it's
I
too
don't
late
understand
for that,
your
obviously.
custom.
He's gonna kind of direct you.
Does anyone have any sort of animate dead spell so we could put her in the chair and then rerun her over with the carriage?
I do have it, but I'm not using it for that.
He kind of gestures with his mom's middle finger towards the living room and says, "It's over down that way in the corner there by the fireplace."
Are
And
you
Harari will bend down and carefully pick up the earlobe that has been disregarded and says, "This is the other half of her remains."
It still has her
Treasure.
earring in it.
Oh, you doing okay, bud?
Yeah, I'll
She
just
was
go.
very nice to me. Oh,
I
dear.
guess I'll just go put these up in the urn that she had upstairs.
Which one?
What? What?
Well, I'll put it in hers. I'm not gonna put it in.
From
Cousin
my
Lenny's.
understanding, it's probably just as easy to put it in the floorboards.
Oh, hey, that's an interesting idea. And he goes to one of the old wooden boards, and there's like a hole in the wood, and he just kind of tries to put it through, and he's like, "That worked, man."
Oh.
Well,
She
that
is
solves
with
all
family
of
now.
that.
So when do I get the house? You know, the deed or whatever.
That you might have to go talk to the bank about.
I would say you already have it. It's probably in the house somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
Unfortunately, I already used my locate object spell.
Are we still gonna have a memorial for her this weekend?
Yes.
Well, I was thinking that we should probably just do it real quick right now.
No, I think we should
Oh.
wait till the weekend.
Close your eyes,
Oh my god.
make a wish, and
I'm gonna
blow
go upstairs
out
and check
the
out
candlelight.
Oh
Check-
my god.
What are you checking upstairs?
the urns.
Yeah, okay.
I'm curious about them.
Yeah, there's one that says Cousin Lenny. There's the one that's got her, what you presume to be her husband on it. It says Molly Ann's husband on it, like loving father, husband, and whatever. And then there's 3 others that are like other random family, you know, Uncle Theodore, second cousin Ramiro.
Can I? Oh god. Can I see if there's anything inside them?
Yeah, if you lift the lid off of these, even if you just shake them ever so slightly, there's like a puff of dust that kind of leaves the top.
I sneezed. That weird bird way.
All your feathers ruffle.
Yeah.
Well, who would like to speak at my mom's memorial service?
I
I'm-
would love to. I have
Oh.
plenty of things to say.
Well, we need speakers because I don't really have any family left. Do you guys have friends that you could bring?
Gumley!
Dummy!
Yeah. Rupert.
Before we have a memorial, what was your mother's name?
Moliana.
That's correct. Thank you. I'm sorry. It was early in the morning.
Can I shake her urn to see if there's actually anything in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me do
Yeah,
that.
you lift the lid off and give it a kind of a shake, and there's nothing there. And then when you start to tip it a little bit, nothing comes out. And finally, you tip it all the way upside down, and yeah, it's completely empty.
How many platinum pieces? Oh man.
You find a rupee.
Hey!
Lincoln gets really excited.
Okay, I'm
I
gonna
might
break
have to
down
make
some
sure I don't break the pots.
So is
Okay.
there
Or
are there
do.
any arrangements you want to do in these last few days before the funeral?
Well, he
Memorial
said he
service.
doesn't have any family, so I'm not concerned about that.
Yeah, he doesn't
Mortimer
have
is
family because his
going
mom
to-
killed him all.
Exactly.
Wait, didn't he say there's family members outside of town that were coming in?
Um.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and catch
No,
me
he
on my.
said that he needed speakers and people to come because he doesn't have anybody to come.
Yeah, but it was pushed out till Friday or Saturday or whatever to give time for
Hello?
them to come into town.
Go ahead and catch me on my continuity errors. I don't care.
Well, maybe they're not exactly family. It's like Uncle Jesse, quote unquote.
Like Uncle Johnny.
Well, you can always ask the son what's up.
Nah.
Your mother said that there was gonna be family coming in for your funeral, but you say that you don't have any.
No, there's gonna be families coming in. They're not our family.
Oh, so you guys were like a respected bunch.
Yeah, she's pretty wealthy and they were well known in the area, but don't go look at the earlier part of the stream where I said that because I might contradict myself.
These things happen.
Rory, you're very wise.
Thank you. I do have a +3. That is what my tribe always told me. They said, Harari, you have a +3 in wisdom. And I said, you are very kind.
Okay, so who would like to speak at this funeral before we close off the session?
Okay, so I have a few things that Mortimer needs to get prepared before this funeral.
Okay, what are you gonna
He's
do?
just gonna be like, you all owe me money.
Oh, first and foremost, I need a choir.
Okay.
I need a large paper mache Godzilla.
Okay.
I need a pallet of Monster Ultra.
What's that?
A
It's
pallet
the
of
zero.
Monster.
It's the zero
Ultra.
calorie monster.
Oh,
God,
the drink.
Brian.
The drink. Right.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like
I need
some
a
potion.
pallet of Jägermeister.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
And then we need 200 feet of barbed wire.
What?
Okay.
A crucifix, but like full size.
Okay.
Christ.
And a mariachi band.
Okay. So, full size.
And Harari will pay for it all out of the coin purse that he found.
Okay, so you are able to. The choir is available at either the Jameson Theater or the Holy Churches. Which would you prefer?
I'm getting both.
Okay, so double choir. Paper mache Godzilla. You can find like a Chinese knockoff at the market.
Deal.
It just says large dinosaur.
Legally distinct Godzilla type creature. Gotcha.
Yeah, the Monster
Legally
Ultras.
distinct kaiju.
The Monster Ultras and the Jaeger, obviously you can find it. Well, actually, I think Rupert would have those. The 200 feet of barbed wire you can find at the market. And then the full-size cross, it's going to be a little bit different than a normal cross because it's you pull it from the churches and they have a different religion than just standard. So it'll be like maybe it's like a almost like a medical cross. It's like at the halfway point. Hope that's okay.
Gotcha.
Mariachi
No,
band.
that'll work.
Mariachi band. You could find one at the Prestige, just down the street from the Dolby Inn. They're a little more upscale. Anybody else?
No.
No.
Okay,
Lincoln's like just appalled at all of this going on.
I'll have an open invitation for speakers if you guys want to speak. Are there any? Does anybody want to provide other services like waitress or food server or anything like that?
T-Berry will be the waiter.
decorators.
I was planning on
I'll be decorator.
shanghaiing Gumley into wait staff.
Okay.
But I will also help with decorations. Having enough fabrics probably for garbage streamers.
Okay,
So
Richland.
T-Berry will also volunteer himself as an organ player, by the way, despite not knowing how to play the organ.
Harari had commissioned a statue built next to the one across the street where she perished. It's still covered. It'll be unveiled during the ceremony.
Okay.
Aw.
And then
When you said still covered, I thought you meant it was like a closed casket statue.
No, just mystery.
is Lincoln gonna do anything?
Lincoln is doing decorations, I think.
You don't have to.
Or was that
Maybe play music.
Okay. And then last of all, nope, that's everybody. Looks like everybody's. Oh, Caligula. Was Caligula doing anything?
I am going to use Druidcraft kind of liberally and try to make not use cut flowers, but just make the flowers grow
Okay.
around. So I'll spend the week doing that in the space wherever that's going to be.
Okay, so here we go. You send out the invitations, and this guy is inviting. He sends them to the families, and he puts he kind of scratches off his name and writes his mom's name on there. And so all the guests start arriving on the day that this funeral is going to take place. What kind of flowers are they going to see around the place, and what's it going to look like at this boneyard?
Ryan needs new flowers to name.
Did you arrange them in any particular way, or are they just normal?
Well, I tried to make them grow so that people wouldn't walk all over them.
Gotcha.
But there's various kinds of wildflowers and whatever she had growing in her garden. So hollyhocks and tulips and I forget what the other one was that you named.
Lavender.
There we go, and lavender.
I was gonna say
So
peonies.
Panties.
Yes, there's definitely peonies as well.
Yes.
Yeah. And just kind of whatever I felt like or could find to make grow in the area.
Okay. Ramiro and T-Berry, do either of you have previous experience with waiting on people?
No.
I was decorating.
I must have put you down wrong then. Okay, T-Berry, why don't you roll a standard performance check?
Okay. Oh my god. Oh, that's an 18.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Okay, you do some good service, and actually, surprisingly, people don't really know about whether you're supposed to do this at funerals or not, but you convince them that they are, and they give you a couple tips. And so you make an extra 30 gold tonight. Okay. Now we'll roll a performance. Before we get into that, Richland and Ramiro, what did you guys do for the decor of this funeral?
It was these streamers. I'm gonna do tablecloths maybe, or not tablecloths. Cloth that goes on the back of the chairs.
Oh, okay.
I would be cutting thin strips of fabrics for streamers, probably dark colors, blacks, purples.
Yeah, probably.
And also probably making tablecloths with large ruffles and that sort of thing.
Okay. So as the people are coming in and they see all this nice decor and these flowers, and T-Berry will wait on them after the fact when they start serving stuff. But in the meantime, the organ is playing. So T-Berry, why don't you roll a performance check on the organ people as people are
Hey,
arriving?
dice. It's a 4.
So you're basically making this up as you go along, and people are coming down the aisles and to the tune of chopsticks. And you're kind of learned how to work the pedals and stuff, but it's pretty rough. And they're
Funny
all
to assume that T. Berry would know how to play chopsticks.
they are all giving you very strange looks to see a bird at the organ. So I think Mortimer, we're gonna need. We have one musician that wants to play during the service, and we have one
Yay.
unveiling of this statue during the service. But other than that, I think you can take us on our take us away.
All right. So I think to open up the service, some of the choir is going to be bringing the casket down the center, and they're going to be stomping every so often in like this weird sort of pattern, and then the rest of the choir is going to be singing like this sort of operatic type tone, and Mortimer is going to be from nowhere using the magic mouth spell, saying I can't even because it's fucking stupid. Mortimer's saying, "You let me violate you. You
my
let me
fucking
desecrate
God.
you. You let me penetrate you. You let me complicate you." And you hear the choir go, "Help me!"
So Lincoln is gonna play with that
Okay.
and pelvic thrust while he plays.
What's your instrument of choice again? Is it just the fucking ocarina or whatever?
Well, I have more than one. So I have like an ocarina, and then I have a what is it? A lute? Yes, a
Okay.
lute. I got a 14.
Okay, yeah, you're able to kind of keep up with this. It's hard because there's like he hired 2 choirs and there was almost no rehearsal, so you're just kind of improvising as you go. But you're sort of keeping up.
And like after we get done, Mortimer is going to bow as though this is some sort of a concert and not like this is a funeral. And first up, we have Chad. No, what's his name? Stephen, Travis, Theodore, the doting son of the middle finger and earlobe. Please come up, Theodore. Come say some things about the middle finger and earlobe, or about the birds that ate the majority of your mother in her final minutes.
These are the birds that ate his mom.
Mary was like shaking her head.
He's wearing a suit that looks about 200 years too old, and it doesn't fit him. And he walks up with his like baggy pant legs almost dragging underneath his feet, and he stands up on stage looking around nervously.
Mortimer will hug him and then kiss him on the lips and then like back away.
He just stands there like a wet noodle.
What if he is a wet noodle?
Oh no.
What happens?
You fucking he speaks, I would assume.
This is his speech time. Okay, he's gonna go up and they've rigged up kind of a magic mic, and it squeals and he says, I'd like to give thank you to everyone who could be here and all the people who helped prepare this today. My mother, Molly Ann Viscoscarin was the best mom that I could have asked for. And she took care of all of my brothers and sisters as they died, and my dad as he died, and my cousins as they passed away, and my aunts and my uncles and my grandmas and my grandpas. And she arranged everything. She was very good with funerals and hiring the right people. And I like to think that, and he looks around at all of you, I like to think that I inherited that trait. And
Oh no.
so
Oh.
I guess thanks for all you've done, and here's to the rest of my life. And he says it kind of like a cheers, even though he's not making a toast. And then he steps away from the mic.
Quite nice, Theodore, quite nice. And now, introducing the new Dolby mariachis. And they're just gonna come out and play some mariachi music for, I would say, way too long. I mean, like 45 to 50 minutes of mariachi
I'm gonna cast message to Mortimer and be like, okay, you gotta kill him. He's gonna kill more people, you gotta kill this guy too.
At least let me get to the 5th overture of the mariachi, and then I'll think about it. And after the mariachi is done, is anybody else going to speak?
Yeah, we can open the floor to people.
Barry would like to say something.
Okay.
Barry sort of steps forward and just like taps his beak on the mic a couple times. And then he goes, I didn't know her for very long, but I just wanted to say that I'm sure she was a very nice lady, and those horrible creatures that ate her body do not represent birds. Thank you very much.
Anybody else?
I'm sorry about your mother, Theodore.
Thanks.
Well,
Penis murdering people is bad.
to close out this ceremony, then, only one thing can possibly be done. It's to join together and sing her favorite song. I'll make love to you. The lyrics are printed on the back of the pamphlet that was handed to you when you walked
Fucking
in.
leaves.
Romero
He's over
falls,
it.
like, out.
Nope. Richland has been like staring at the ceiling this whole time in an overly lavish black tuxedo and goes, "Oh no, sorry, dozed off there for a second. I do have a poem that I composed for her. If you would allow me to read it real quick."
You stare at the sky because this is all taking place in the boneyard around graves.
Oh, even better. Yeah. Yeah. He kind of gets up.
Make it quick, make it quick.
Yes, indeed.
Please don't make it quick.
An ode to Maliana.
Richland, I'm gonna let you finish. But I just wanted to say that T-Berry had the best eulogy of the evening, okay?
Mortimer,
The
no!
best out of all of them.
It is a tough act to follow.
I would like to cast Thorn Whip on Mortimer.
All right, what's your what do you do, fucking?
Oh my god.
It's
Richland?
it's an attack. Okay.
Are you really gonna attack him?
Well, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 16 to hit,
Yup, that hits.
and that's 8 damage.
No, bad Mortimer.
Whoa, hey, we don't need any violence at my mom's funeral. Listen, Mr. Butt stuff, you can say your piece, man.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Distracted again. Yes. What's her face's ode? Yes. And he's like, straightening out a piece of paper. And okay. Living easy, living free. Season ticket on a one-way ride. Asking nothing, leave me be. Taking everything in stride. Don't need reason, don't need rhyme. Ain't nothing I would rather do. Going down, party time. My friends are gonna be there too. I'm on a highway to hell. Thank you.
That was really good, man. So the entire sanctuary of people in this graveyard join in the chorus as they sing the lyrics of this song on the back of their hymnal thingies, whatever their what do you call those things? I haven't been to church in a long time. Anyway,
Bulletins.
bulletin, and once the ceremony is over, I think that Harari, you can unveil your statue.
Cool. And he'll, as he walks by, he'll place a hand on Mortimer and toss a quick cure wounds.
Okay.
Oh.
And he gets a max. So yeah, he's fully healed.
Right on.
I don't know why she attacked you. You just wanted to sing her favorite song.
Oh my gosh.
This was the most impressive funeral I've ever seen.
Harari, it would seem that people don't always appreciate visionaries, and so they rebuke them.
It is a sad truth. But yes, thank you all for coming. I did not know Moliana for long either, but she mentioned she had a statue commissioned here, so it seemed respectful to do the same. And since these aforementioned creatures had spent some of her last moments together, I have brought them here to do the unveiling. And he summons those same 8 birds. And they fly and they pick up the cloth in their claws and their beaks and unveil this statue. And it is, you can see it's Moliana up on top of a mountain.
Aww.
Hell yeah.
Aw.
That's definitely the way we're going to end this adventure.
Aww.
That was beautiful.
Hooray!
Wow.
Yay!
It was
Wow.
awkward for the most part.
I brought a socially awkward character to a very not socially awkward thing. Should not have been.
You sure?
Didn't we all bring like what? Why did we all just happened to bring like our what's the word?
Best characters.
Masterpieces.
Click.
Why did we all happen to bring our unsocialized characters to this one? I mean that in the best possible way. It just happened.
Yep.
I mean, I could
Also,
have brought
Brian, I was
Zezzy out.
thinking about it. It was Lorne that died, not Mortimer.
Oh, that's absolutely right. You're right. Okay.
I thought Mortimer was the vampire and we killed him.
No, that was Clarency.
Oh. Man, I don't know. Every character Tim plays is just Tim being obnoxious.
Clarency is Chris. Come on.
I'm so tired of you guys. I love you, Robin.
I love you too.